Hi guys, it's me again. I just wanted to check in with you guys and make sure that we started off today and say happy Halloween. And I wanted to give you guys an update and let you know that in about an hour, I'm going to go get my blood drawn for the Harmony screening. And again, like I had mentioned on the previous video, it's basically a genetic profile between me and the baby. My OB had recommended it due to the history of autism in my family. And, you know, a lot of people aren't going to really, you know, agree with it or say, you know, why do you need to do that? Or, you know, does it really matter finding out? And for me, it does. I mean, it's not that I want to go in there and, you know, be like, you know, I want to know whether or not my child has autism or could have autism. First of all, it doesn't test for that. It tests for genetic abnormalities. So we're talking about, I don't have the pamphlet in front of me, but one of them is Down syndrome. I'm 33 years old, so I'm getting towards that 35 or older mark. But the thing about testing for Down syndrome also is that, you know, we hear all this stuff about a higher instance of Down syndrome in women over 35, but it's actually below 35 because the testing pool is larger than the testing pool of 35 and older. So, you know, there's a lot of things that are a little askewed and not exactly accurate. But my personal choice in doing this is, like I've said from the very beginning, I would not give my son back for anything or do anything differently than what I have been and had done before. You know, there's no way to know whether or not your child is going to have autism or not. And, you know, to be really honest, if I had, and I'm going to be pretty blunt, if I had gotten pregnant a couple of years ago, I would have been a little scared, only because, you know, you don't know what you don't know, like I've said from the very beginning, and you have to learn and you have to grow just like your child is learning and growing, whether or not they're on the spectrum or not. You know, parenting can be a scary thing no matter what the circumstance. But for me personally, I'd like to know whether, you know, I should be, you know, kind of prepping for early intervention or, you know, anything that I can do to make the pregnancy more comfortable or my child to be more comfortable, because it's not like I can say, oh, you know, he's got this and this and this and come send him back. It doesn't work that way. And God forbid, I mean, come on, I make jokes, but I'm serious. It's JJ, just like Bailey, is such an amazing blessing and has taught me so much. And I feel so lucky for the opportunity I had when he was young to have him evaluated. And, you know, like I said before in earlier videos, we didn't take a lot of the early signs and symptoms seriously. We thought, you know, growth spurts or whatnot, delays. Like I said, my labor with him was fairly difficult. But as far as the screening today, you know, we get to find out, you know, also what the gender will be. And that's exciting for us too. And, you know, a lot of you might be asking, you know, what's this doing to your marriage? Is this causing any sort of tension or nervous thoughts or feelings or anything? And I'm extremely lucky. My husband is absolutely in love with my son. And this is his stepson. So I'm profoundly blessed. And the amount of support that I have from him in the fact that without hesitation, he is stoked for a baby either way. And, you know, I've asked Bailey before too, you know, what do you think if we have another baby that, you know, could be like brother? And she's like, well, I don't think it's a bad thing. And I'm telling him, well, of course it's not a bad thing, but, you know, and she said, well, I'll help him or her just as much as I help brother. And there's no differences, and he just learns a little bit differently. And Kyle's just as excited. And, you know, I think the only nervous person here is me. I'm not nervous in a specific way of knowing whether or not there's a possibility later on of my baby being on the spectrum or not. That, you know, I think I'm always going to be a little bit nervous because I'm a mom. So it doesn't, you know, I could worry about, you know, stages of growth no matter what. So I think that's just inbred within us. But today's going to be a good day. November 10th, we find out the gender. We're going to go trick-or-treating tonight, so we'll have some updates for that as well. And like I said, baby's a blessing. And I wouldn't take the autism away for anything. JJ has grown by leaps and bounds. And autism doesn't define him. He's an angel. That's what defines him. You know, I think the one thing that JJ has taught me the most in life is to appreciate every single little thing and laugh over the small things and appreciate the steps it takes to get to a conclusion, and hard work and love. And I can say the exact same thing about my daughter, and she's not on the spectrum. So blessings, you guys, and I will be talking to you soon. We'll have some clips tonight from trick-or-treating, and time to go get my blood drawn. So have a good day, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.